Fentanyl, you've heard the word, deadly drug. Kills more people every year than automobile accidents now. More than gunshots, more than even suicide. So, how has it infiltrated the streets of our country? According to a Washington Post report, it's coming straight from Mexican labs and across the border into our backyard. So here's someone who understands the situation very well and can explain it to the rest of us. Charlie LeDuff, who just returned from the Mexican border. Charlie is also an author. He is really, I've been following his reporting for a very long time. He's got a book out now that is a really interesting look at what's going on in the country, Detroit, an American Autopsy. Charlie, appreciate you joining us, and I'm a fan of the No BS Newshour.
Thanks, Chris. Congratulations on this show.
I should actually take that for my show.
Right, and you know what? That artificial intelligence intro, congratulations, you've never written so well. I'm going to use that for my show. I wrote it down.
There are too many words that the AI uses that I can't even spell. So, Charlie, what do you think is the most important understanding for people about what you've learned on the border, about what has to be addressed in terms of specific fentanyl access into the country?
Human flow, Chris. I mean, human flow. It's out of control. I crossed that border 20 years ago with the Sinaloa cartel, with permission of the cartel. And the whole point there was not to be caught. It's the inverse now. Now it is to be caught. Here's something interesting I learned from friends of mine on the Border Patrol. When you see images of a couple hundred people coming over, what that does is it drains all the resources in that sector. You got a couple dozen agents, Border Patrol, National Guard, just processing. So what that is, it's like the old football, it's the counter. You pretend you're going that way, the whole defense goes that way, and the ball goes that way. So what's happening when you see 1,000 people, 300 people, 200 people, 100 people, you can bet your ass that about a mile, 2 miles down the river, here comes the fentanyl. It's a human fakery, because what's happening is the cartels run the frontier. That's 10 miles into Mexico and 10 miles into the United States. And we need some kind of control over human flow in order to handle the dope flow.
No, we need a wall. And that gives America a real border, and then we'll be safe.
May I? Can I do that one? The wall does work in urban centers, right? When you're going to drive a boatload of dope in here, or you're going to run 1,000 people in here, it does pen things off in the urban area. But now you get to the outside. And when you're in the age of amnesty, amnesty is simply touching soil. So there's no wall built on a riverbank, it'll wash away. You can't build a wall in the middle of the Rio, which separates Mexico from the United States. Actually, by treaty, you're not allowed to do that. So when you build a wall back there, 20 feet, 1,000 feet, a quarter mile, what you're doing is giving the cartels room to land people and land their dope. So the wall absolutely in that case does not work. That's not our solution. Our solution is probably going to Mexico City, just like we do with Canada. We have a treaty with Canada. Illegal entrance at border crossings, legal border crossings, must be turned around if you're seeking asylum. We need to do that with the Mexicans. It's a political solution. It's not an armed solution. It's not a wall solution. It's a political solution.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.